to come together. Let's go ahead and come together.
I think
be in love.
That's hard.
I think
That's
man,
hard. Okay, yeah, that's hard.
I think what it is, man, people know, but then what do they do with it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to change, man.
And it's like, okay, like people don't.
We have a natural fear of change.
They
They
the
don't.
black sheep.
And
Or
then-
like
I-
be
I
the
don't-
odd one.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that. I think they think like, yo, all right, that's the past. What does that have to do with now? You
That's
know
somebody
what I'm
else to say.
saying?
I've heard that
And
too.
so, but people don't understand, yo, the past repeats itself.
It does.
Like,
History repeats.
the past repeats itself.
Let's go.
Holiday season.
Yeah.
All right, today we're gonna come in. Hey, how you guys doing today?
What's
FMF
up, what's up?
podcast in here. G, got Paul, got Big Pratt right here.
Yo, yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about today is of course December 24th, which is
Yes.
Christmas Eve in some people's eyes. I know people doing Kwanzaa and all these different ones. That's what we'll get into today.
Yeah.
Today's topic today is gonna go into what do the holidays mean to you? Everybody got different holidays, different things they worship and praise and celebrate. So we won't dim down just to the Christmases and the what's the other one? Hanukkahs. What's another one?
Kwanzaa, I think.
Kwanzaa. I think it's the main three. I think
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
is. So what do the holidays mean to you guys, man? Of course.
I mean-
in the Western society of the United States.
I mean, for me, I don't celebrate the holidays.
Okay.
I participate in the traditions with my parents and everything like that, but I don't celebrate the holidays. That's just my belief and my path and my journey. But the thing that I do take away, the thing that I do like when it comes to holiday season is the emphasis on family.
Okay.
And the holiday season for me is the time where you get together with your family, man, and y'all enjoy each other. Right? You know, like people might be in different states, different parts of town. They don't get a chance to see each other all the time.
Right.
When you get a chance to be around your family, for me, I think you need to cherish that time and cherish those moments, because me growing up and seeing like some of the stuff I seen, man, you know, the deaths, you know, like, you know, people, drug addictions,
yeah.
you know, like all of these like serious things, man, you don't know when somebody's not gonna be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we should be doing this every day.
Anyway,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? We should be
Yeah.
doing that every day.
We should.
Anyway.
We should. You're right.
But especially during this time, man, when you get a chance to be around your family, if you get that opportunity to, or even if you don't, you should just go and cherish those times and those moments with them, man. And a big thing I just started doing probably like 3 years ago, I wasn't a big picture taker. I couldn't take,
Why you don't take no pictures,
cause man, I don't feel like, first I don't feel like I'm photogenic.
But
So,
you are.
You are,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Y'all check out his podcast.
Yo.
Every one of his thumbnails, he's sitting there like, that's all he's smooth. GQ on it, also he don't like pictures.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
lying, man.
I had to work on that, man.
Yeah.
Look, it's a little
Oh,
side.
yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I worked on
Hey,
that
come
too.
on, man.
But that's the
Hey.
thing, like, not to go on a tangent, but
Go ahead, go.
we're-
I was gonna go on the tangent anyway.
Because we're shown that, you know, for one, we're not supposed to smile in pictures. And,
What is with
and,
that?
and
Yeah.
we're not, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
we
you
got
gotta
so
look
many
tough.
images. Yeah.
Just,
No.
You got to, like, that's the
Yeah.
that's scruff. Like, yeah,
Right.
no, it's scruff and a smile. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I had to break a whole lot of, we all had to mentally break a whole lot of that in order to be able to be
Hey,
as
man.
open as we are. So,
trust me, because
shout out to y'all.
none of us really, honestly, to be
Yeah.
transparent, none of us kind of didn't like the camera a lot.
No.
Right.
Oh, we did.
No.
we did. We encouraged all of us, encouraged each other.
Yeah, we all
Each
talk
other.
shit about. Excuse me. We all talk
Keep
stuff
real,
about
man.
ourselves.
But yeah, you're right. We can go ahead back to the holiday. Back to the
the
holiday.
tangent
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, shout out to some of the women out there, man.
Yeah.
They help me with like the angles and the
They
lighting.
take a
like,
million
all that.
because they take a million a day.
Yo,
Yeah.
so I was like, yo, man, like, cause I
'Cause
always
they love
just,
themselves.
I just do
They love how
this.
they look, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
I just
what I'm
do
saying?
this.
Right.
That is just straight away.
Selfish.
But now they told me about angles and lightings and all
Yeah.
that. So
Right.
shout out to y'all. For
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But man, to get back to like the family, man, so many of my major losses happen right before holiday. Like my grandmother, my uncles, my grandfather, like all of that stuff happened like a month or two, October, September, that time frame. So when you constantly losing people right before the holidays, that's why a lot of people suffer from depression, anxiety, all of that stuff around this time, because it hits you around this time because you're supposed to be around your family. It hits you at this time.
It does.
But the people that, if you're lucky enough to have your family, your parents, your brother, sister, cousin, uncle, friends, if you're able to have them around, man, you should cherish them around this time, man. It's not about no damn gifts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been instilling that into my daughter. It's not about gifts, man. You know, it's if you celebrating, I don't care what religion you celebrate, it's never been about gifts in any of those religions. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's about the time that you spend. It's about charitable acts. I go and donate like book bags, I think, with a TV station. I ain't gonna say the TV station.
Oh, like the care packages.
Yeah, the
like
book
that.
bag giveaways and stuff
dope.
like that.
Yeah.
I done did that like a couple of years. And then one year, I just had like old clothes, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take it. I took it downtown. I knew a spot where like a lot of homeless people at, and I just took it and I just gave them the bag. I like, yo, look here, y'all just take everything up in there.
Yeah, give 'em.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, people that know me, like, yo, I'm really like a minimalist. Like,
chill. You are.
Yeah, I don't really care. This is my best possession. That's why y'all see me wearing this every
Icy.
day.
Icy.
Every day.
Yeah.
But
Wearing the sweet.
yeah, I come work out. I work out in it.
Yeah, man, it's good, man. I don't take mine off. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You keep the chain on, man.
Yeah, man. So, but I love giving to people because it honestly, it's a selfish thing, but it makes me feel good that I'm in a position to be able to give to others.
So it's not just the material, it's just the fact that you're giving love to somebody else.
Exactly,
it's not really just the material.
It's not, man. And that's the thing that irritates me, because I remember my mom, she used to go out to Black Friday and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, I got to get you gifts and all that. And
It's like a chore.
Yo,
Yeah.
I started going with her just to make sure she was safe. And then that became our routine for a little while. Now she don't do it anymore.
Y'all seen these videos on
Oh, the first one I went to, they got the fighting over a TV. Yeah. And mind you, it was like 4 other TVs that was right there.
Too much,
just because
man.
they picked up the same one.
These holidays,
and
man, it brings the nasty out of people, man.
It can get to that point. So
what the holidays feel do you get?
Holiday season to me is all about love. I do, Jesus is the reason for the season to me and to a lot of people. So, but we already established that that's not his actual birthday and stuff like that. So it's like, what's the emphasis? So I put the emphasis, it always goes back to the love. So even when it comes to the gift giving, for me, I give gifts anyway. And I do this all throughout the year, and that's just an expression of love. So my gifts are really thoughtful towards, and it ain't what could be the most expensive. It's what's pertaining to this person.
He's a good gift giver, y'all.
He really do, man.
He's a really good
only
giver.
I mean, I have friends, but he's the only real friend I have beside me that really gave me gifts on like certain holidays, man. So like that, bro. He did. He's the only brother I can think of, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And certain stuff that pertain to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's really just the thought, and I thought of you, and it's out of love. So that's why I want to give, because I'm a big giver as well, and I've been selfless towards it. But I've been on that side where, like, I've been out there in the Black Fridays, you know what I'm saying? I've been out there, but every time I go out for something like that, it's usually for myself though. So like when people like doing this for other people, I'm like, do they really need that? You know what I'm saying? What do that person really need? Like, they don't need a 60-inch TV or something like that. And then it's like, if you give too much to a person, they start to expect it.
Exactly.
So when they had that expectation, for me, I just stopped giving. Like, you're not gonna expect me to go out my way and do all of whatever for you, because then you're gonna get lazy. You're gonna think that I'm supposed to.
That's when it gets bad.
That's when it gets bad. Yup. So with the holiday season, I just keep the emphasis on the love, and I do love the fact that family can come together. In the mindset realm, yes, depression and all of these things skyrocket around this time because it goes back to the expectation. Oh man, we don't got no tree this year. We don't have, I'm not gonna be able to give you as many gifts as last year, or I don't have that same ticket amount. You know what I mean? Or I want to see this family member, but we can't get past our differences.
So childish.
Stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It'd be so small.
It'd be stuff like that, and it's like, these going back to the love is always there. It's just we lose the focus of it. So I like this holiday season because around this time, a lot of people put their differences to the side. Regardless of what, I can at least holler at you. I can at least say hey and tell you. I can at least send you a text and say happy holiday, whichever holiday you celebrate. It's usually a barrier breaker when it comes to this, because like you said, people want to come together. So I love the love emphasis. That's what the holiday mean to me. I'm about to show who I love, how much I love, and I don't do this across the board. But it's also stressful because it's like, if I don't get a gift for everybody, then somebody's gonna feel left out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, don't put too much emphasis on the gift that you're giving.
Right.
It's the why you're giving. What would you give? The love, and you can give the love. I'm telling you, it'll be accepted. It'll be reciprocated. It'll be the message will get delivered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go crazy trying to put money behind
Getting
the fact.
bankrupt.
Right.
Credit cards going up, all that stuff, man.
And just to kind of piggyback on that point real quick, some of the best gifts I got, man, they didn't cost no money.
That's what I'm
you know what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
Like
Man.
sometimes, man, it'd be a letter you might get, you know what I'm saying, a card or something.
About a titty, well,
Man,
Yeah.
I ain't might be sure at the moment, but like, I got a
Yeah.
stash, like, I think about like all the Xboxes and all that type of stuff I got when I was younger. That stuff is not around. I don't have it anymore.
don't even think about
You
that
know
stuff.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even have it anymore.
Right.
But the cards, the things that meant the most, that lasted, I got a whole box of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I remember as a kid, as a youth, I remember, I always wanted, those certain types of items. And I look at the adults like, why don't y'all get this? And now, coming into adulthood, I'm realizing, that stuff doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see how...
Like the Xboxes and all that stuff.
I can see, it's like, I still want, I'm a big kid at heart. So if you are going to go out your way for me, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you a list. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
if you want. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I'm accepting of anything and anybody. The fact that you thought of me enough to be able to give me anything, especially if it resonates with me, if it aligns with me, it shows me that you've been listening to me or paying attention to me.
That's dope.
Man, I'm going to feel that tenfold. So socks, love it. You know what I'm saying?
You know how important socks is now?
Right.
What? I never thought in my life I'd get older and be like, you got me socks?
That's what I'm saying.
Appreciate you, bro. I love you, bro. These jokes hard.
Bro, as a kid, you
Why
get socks
so
and drawers.
You be
Why you
mad.
hate me?
Yes, why you
hate
get me
bro?
that?
And now it's like, socks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been one of these, bro. These Nike. Oh yeah,
Yo,
these jokes hard.
Crazy, bro.
Yes, I never thought that it would be like that now,
Crazy,
bro. I
bro.
never thought that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, whew.
Put
Yeah,
the
what
emphasis
about
on
for
love.
you?
What about you,
Man, mine. Might get a little deep on mine.
Go ahead.
Do it,
No,
do it.
man. So
what the holiday season means to
they
you?
we've almost even grown up together, and we watch each other on how we're changing and we're growing as men, and I know they've seen this from me. So I've been I read a lot, and I do as a kid, you don't pay attention to stuff, and you just get things. And as you get older, you get to learn and learn. And I read and I research and read, and I think there's a fine line between knowing everything, because what I'm learning now, when you know too much,
It's a curse of knowledge.
it's a curse of knowledge.
Talk to him,
curse
man.
of knowledge.
Talk to him,
And
yo.
I've been battling with myself mentally with this. I'm getting deep with this, where it comes to, cause this is good for me, for my footage, so I can learn over the years
Yeah.
how my mind works
That's a
now.
deep- that's a
Later
deep
on, as I
statement.
get older, I'm learning now that sometimes, like you said, knowledge could be a curse. Because as I'm learning so much and learning the real reasons behind anything when it comes to even holidays and my history and
conflict,
it kind of ruins things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you guys, you know? It's like you learn the real reason of some of these holidays, and actually they touch on a little bit of it on the reason why these holidays are, and I'm fighting with it.
Yeah.
Whereas like, should I celebrate it? But then it's like, I know the real reason of why am I celebrating this when there's the real reason of that. And it's I'm having a fight with it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, bro.
I'm in the
same
truth.
place.
And it's like I'm reading books. I'm like, this is what it really means.
Right.
I've been celebrating this. It's not supposed to be celebrating this. This
Right.
is wild. Y'all don't see this.
Like,
And then
how did we get to this point?
yeah,
How did we get
and
into this?
I don't want to be a party pooper, and I don't want to feel
Yeah.
like I can't be the guy that I can still have fun with my family and still
Right.
enjoy certain traditions and stuff like that. But when I sit around and I try to have fun with it, it just doesn't get out of my mind after I've learned it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
So I'm having this year really is I'm having a fight with it.
Once you get woke, you can't close.
It's
Yeah, you
hard.
can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, it's not. And
You know what I'm saying?
I'm woke now, and I'm learning these things. And I didn't last few years. I haven't really celebrated a lot of the Thanksgivings or the Christmases because half of me is like I know the truth, and half of me feels bad if I do celebrate it.
Yeah.
So with that, because I understand.
Yeah, and I'm having a fight with it, bro.
Yeah. So with that is I put the emphasis on the love and the presence and the right now, and I stand strong to who I am, how I am, and then the right ones will start asking you questions and coming to you, so that your presence isn't missing, or you're not like becoming the black sheep. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you're still with the family, but they know where you stand. And if they want to ask you, then they can do that. But you don't have to go, this is wrong, this is
That's what it's bad. That's where it's bad.
None of us gonna be doing this. Like, yo, because again, that's not the reason for the season.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that might not be their path either.
And that might be their path either. Some people don't want to wake up, man. Some people
I've
don't
learned,
wanna
and
wake
that's
up.
exactly where, some people they know, but they just don't want to pay attention to. They just want to just enjoy the certain things. They don't want to think of that.
They want to just be
I'm
together
learning that.
with family, and
Exactly.
you know, it is tradition, but it don't. I know my perspective is it's traditional amongst my family. You know what I'm saying? But the traditions can change. But what's the meaning of it? What are we trying to accomplish here? So it's the coming together, camaraderie, being in love together. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think, of course, we going into the you said that it's enjoy the reason for the season. Do you think is there a fine line between enjoying that reason for the season and then us being able to stand up and create our own type of traditions and our own type of reasons for the seasons instead of indulging in the ones that were giving to us instead of the ones. Yeah, do you think there's a fine line between that? Do we think we should stand as a point where it'd be like, no, we shouldn't celebrate that. Maybe we should do something another time and have our reasons. Because as we know, we've learned in Gather History, this needs to be a history channel. But we understand, we know the reasons and those reasons and the histories behind it. Do you think it's a point where we just take our traditions and do it at a different time so we don't have to celebrate on the times that they should? Or we should always keep it on the way that we've been growing up
I think it's so much stuff comes down to perspective. Yeah. So, for example, with me, with Thanksgiving, I didn't say Happy Thanksgiving. I said Happy Appreciation Day. You know what I'm saying?
I see that starting to change it now.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're starting to change the name.
I changed it, and you can celebrate these things on that day, but like Trey said, what does it mean to you though? You know what I'm saying? So you can change in your family circle if everybody's a part of it. Right. You could change, whatever holiday, and you could be like, yo, instead of that holiday, we're gonna celebrate this. You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
You know what I'm saying? But
but you got spoon feed.
Right.
You got spoon feed.
Because they ain't gonna just take it all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not reading as much as you. Everybody's not learning as much as you.
And think about how long it took you to learn.
Right.
And then to be able to digest it. Because I'm glad you brought that up, because I think, I don't know if I mentioned it on this podcast, but a lot of y'all know I have my own separate podcast, King of the Berries, and I just did
hit that joint up, subscribe, and hit the like, hit a comment, let them know y'all liking the joint.
And I just did a podcast on like like spiritual
Yeah, we
confliction. You know what I'm saying? And that was part of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's conflict. Yeah, you just said it again. Yeah, spiritual confliction.
Yeah, cause I
okay.
was talking about it's funny you bring that up because that was part of my journey,
So
my
that
path.
episode
I
will
was
be in the link in the
yeah,
description.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna put it at the bottom.
Yeah, man. But I talked about like how I've been noticing so much division in things and lies being told as truths and all of these type of things. Like, and like you said, bro, when you wake up, it's like, damn, I've been
it's like
better off.
It's like a fine line. I like the gifts, but it's not supposed to be this way. It's just, it's like a fine line. And I'm trying fighting with it, man. And it's like I feel bad, but it's like I still love it, but I feel bad. It's like me being a trainer with eating bad. It's like I love cupcakes. I'll eat cupcakes for breakfast. I'm a cupcake eater. Martin's, you crabs.
Me too.
Anybody.
Oh, Martin's got the best cupcakes.
Yes. And it's like it's so good, but I know I could die from it. It's like I know I want to eat it every day, but it's just so a fine line, and I'm trying to fight with it so much.
What
man.
happened with me, man? I stopped worrying and just focused on, like Trey said, the present. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is the present moment. I'm spending time with my family. Forget what the society says today.
Right.
It's about, yo, I know what this means for me. I'm spending time with my family and things like that. And a lot of times I just say, like, when holidays come, I was like, yo, how was your holiday? You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff I try to stay away from because of that kind of confliction, but I don't try to like alienate myself from my family because I love them and I understand like, yo, this been tradition forever. And to change it is going to take some time.
You're going against yourself.
To change.
And you're going against your generations because it's
y'all, we getting deep on this one, yo. This is
It's like
real.
being a crackhead. You trying to glean it off it, man. You know,
It's gonna take some
that
time.
deep. But that concept is like I want to get back to it, but
Right.
it's
And they
in
trying to
you.
give
It's in you.
crackheads drugs to get them off of drugs now.
Yeah.
Yes. So how'd y'all feel when, of course, knowing the history of the Thanksgiving that just passed, and knowing the real reason behind it, and some people still doing that traditional way, eating the same type of food, doing that same type of way, and knowing that those people are still fighting for this piece of land that they were taken away before. Do you feel any type of way towards that? Or, of course, you lean towards wanting to spend time with the family, but does it any sense of being like, gosh, I don't think I should be thanking for on the day that it was taken?
No, again, it's in me, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful anyway, and I let people know that in the moments, like no matter what time of year, you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't have to be a holiday for me to give the type of love that everybody else is gravitating to. You know what I'm saying. Plus, what I see it as is my role as a leader. Is I have to be steadfast and firm in how I am, what I am, and showing them and guiding them to the same recognition that I have. And then that's why it's gonna take some time, but your presence is felt. So when it comes to these holidays, you fine tune it. What do you really believe in? What do you see? What's the focus point? What's your focal point? What you need to focus on? You know what I'm saying? Focus on that while steadfast being yourself, and the right ones will gravitate to, you know what I'm saying? And you can be able to put those types of messages out there, like you said, spoon feeding it, without having to just harshly like, no, I'm not doing this, I'm not coming around, I'm not, y'all crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then it causes a conflict with the family, and the family as a whole, they're gonna all have a majority opinion. So then again, that's when you look at that's the black sheep. People don't want to invite you to stuff, and now your presence is less felt. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be doing yourself a disservice as a leader to, in my opinion, you'll be doing yourself a disservice as a leader to just 180. You know what I mean? You already here. You already know. You know what I'm saying? These traditions are not serving you. This isn't the reason for the season. This isn't how it's supposed to be. This is not the real. So you keep the real in you, and being authentic, you're going to have the right ones gravitate to you.
So are you saying, like, to sum it up, like lead by example?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
I would say to go back to that first question you asked. I do think about that. You know what I'm saying? I think about like that the truth, what really happened for Thanksgiving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what I do, man, I take time out and I I guess like have a moment to just reflect and to honor those group of people and everything, and what they went through. Like I'm a big reflection person. I'm a big like take a moment, connect ancestors, all of that type of stuff. I'm very spiritual. So Thanksgiving morning, I did take some time out to kind of acknowledge the struggle and the pain that a group of people went through during that period.
When I think about it, it's like that's horrible.
It's crazy, man.
And then they turned it into a holiday.
Right. You open
hard.
yourself up and help somebody else for them to, just flip on some heinous evil stuff and take over. So, yeah.
And they never taught us that in school, man.
No.
I had some good teachers who at least planted their seed.
No, I never had.
I had some good teachers.
I had nobody.
I didn't
didn't learn that stuff until after I got out of high school, man.
Yeah,
I had some
good teachers there.
Or either I was just, inclined on that area, but I was like looking at it like, why would that happen? Why would they do that?
It didn't click to you. It didn't click to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ask questions, then
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. Something ain't right. Talk to me, man.
Why would like it sound good, but
it was a good story.
You know what I'm saying? But what happens with them? You know what I'm saying? So we just celebrating this side.
Yeah.
They the ones came over here, and we just celebrating this side, not.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's like, where slaves come from? All right.
Exactly. That's when you get told to shut up in class. You talking too much. Ask so many questions.
You know
but that helps me put a light to it. It's just a fine line between that. You said being a leader, you're right, and it's a fine line between you preaching to be a leader and showing that you're a leader.
Yeah.
So that's real good too.
And your word is strong.
Yeah, your word is very strong, and leading by example has been a struggle because leading by example is very lonely sometimes.
Ooh, talk to him.
And you don't want to alienate yourself.
Hey, on fire today, y'all.
Hey,
He
right,
on
man.
fire today.
He opened up my mind to that because I'm sure he sees the trouble that I have sometimes fighting with it. And it's like, it's hard for me, I'm very firm on my word. When I mean something, I stay on it. And I try to pride myself on being a man because besides, even if we disagree or anything like that, I believe if either one of us disagree, we still respect ourselves because we stood our ground.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why our respect is always going to stay with each other. And I look at it on the outside of that way. That means if I say something, I mean it. And even if he disagree with it, if I don't stay with it, I guarantee he'll feel some type of way about me because you said you're going to do that way, then stay that way. Even though I disagree with you, but if you stay on your toes and that's how you mean about it, then stay with it. And we'll respect each other with it.
Real quick. If you sway because of what somebody say.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you come to a period where you be like, you know what, my thought process is different.
Yeah, we're always open.
You know what I'm saying? And then you change your mind, that's
Yeah.
different. But when you get swayed because you want to fit in with somebody.
That's what we don't like. That's what I don't like.
You want to be too agreeable
it's not
or whatever.
authentic.
No.
No, man.
It's
And
not
you're
authentic.
not going to get respect. And that journey, bro. I love my fellas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love them, man. And I've had some conversations with AJ, and I feel like me and AJ are very similar. Where like I think we like loners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We are.
we loners, and we always talk about. And I tell, hey, thank you for telling me that quote about don't be an island, be a peninsula. And that's what it is, man. When you a peninsula, sometimes in the peninsula, it might be hard for people to get through that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when it comes to being a leader or doing something outside the norm or different, it is lonely, man. Cause you be like, damn, like don't nobody see what I see?
Exactly.
Don't nobody know what I know?
Right.
Don't nobody
How y'all not seeing this?
Yeah,
How y'all
you know what I'm saying? Or like you go do something and then people judge you for doing something, but they ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yo, like, hold on, don't you understand like why I'm doing everything I'm doing?
They don't see it.
And this, I mean, dog, like what you just said, like sometimes being a leader is lonely. It is, bro.
And
It
the
is.
confliction with that is because the one of the number one things about humans is we want to be understood.
It is.
So when it comes to, whatever the disrespect is, when it comes to the lashing out, when it comes to fitting in and being nice, when it comes to these types of things, when it comes to you changing and, submitting and anything like that, it's all under, I want to be understood, I want to be accepted. So it is lonely because you're going to be misunderstood. You're going to be misunderstood, and it's like, it's almost like you have to be misunderstood in order for somebody to pay attention and then try to understand.
Right.
And once they're trying to understand, now your word holds value, because now you can give them your perspective and open them up to what you've learned. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are closed-minded. We had that fixed or growth mindset. A lot of people are fixed. Like, this works for me. Like for most people, celebrating these holidays, it ain't doing nothing to them. Anchor is a podcast platform that we are on. The FMF podcast is on and available to you right now. We have a goal with that one. We're trying to reach over 50 listeners. So if you're busy and you can't sit here and watch the video episodes, please go to Anchor and just check it out, and you can listen to us on the go. There's no moral conflict there when it comes to celebrating these traditions, and a lot of people just carry that, they don't dive deep into why they're doing it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They just go straight to, like, they just carry it with them. Like gift giving and all that stuff, it's all out of love.
Right.
So we just doing it just to show love, but nobody finites that it's because I love you that I'm showing you this love through giving you a gift at this time, because, this is what the tradition holds. Nobody, like...
You like going through the motions?
Yeah,
Kinda like that?
nobody really...
Program.
Yeah.
It's programmed.
Okay, like that, yeah.
It's programmed, you know what I'm saying? And it's automatic. So when it comes to breaking the traditions, you have to be willing to think on your own. You have to be willing to learn and uncover some stuff. You have to relearn and unlearn some stuff. And then it's like, once you've done all of that, how can y'all not see it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now your perspective has changed through your process of change. But it's not going to happen to somebody who's not even at the starting point of that process.
Right.
So what does the holiday mean to us can be different towards other people, but there's still a similar focal point. And it still goes to the love and coming together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I know that this doesn't align with me. Cool. This does, and this is where everybody at. This is what the focal point is. So I'm just gonna harbor on the love and the presence, not presence. Presence, your presence, like you being there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to give the gift. Your presence is a gift. You know what I'm saying? You being there is a gift. It shows. I mean, we don't get time back. So that is like a true gift to me. If somebody wants to see me, take that time out to reach out to me, call me and something, that is felt, like you said, one of the best gifts that I got. I thought I had no lineage, no fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? My father, my biological father, we don't communicate. We're not there.
Right.
So on my mother's side, my grandfather passed, and all of this stuff. Excuse me. I didn't know the elders other than my uncles. I didn't know the elders in my mother's side.
Right.
So last year, I randomly got a phone call, and it was my grandfather. I didn't even know I had one.
From your mom's side?
From my mom's side. Turns out he lives in Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, that was huge. That was huge. I have a grandfather. I'm able to talk to him. He went out his way to call. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Your first time talking to him was
last year. Yeah.
That's dope, man.
That I know about.
Do you ask him why he all of a sudden just that at that time?
No, we got some conversations to have. I was just thankful that he did reach out.
That's I didn't mean to go that tangent was wide, but that was interesting. I think there would be like emotional or like something really happened out of nowhere. Just I gotta call him. Something had a trigger. Something had a trigger.
So what triggered it was I got in contact with my uncle. I forgot that my mother had a brother.
Okay.
So she had another brother. The only uncle that I was paying attention to, he had got killed. So once that was it for me. You know what I'm saying?
You got some thugs in your family.
My family, whole
You got thugs.
it's full of gangsters, bro.
I think every family got some people.
Yeah, there's always a few in your family. It's always the good side. You say, oh yeah, they're good. Always every family, always, man.
Family
Okay.
full of gangsters.
Yeah, every family like that. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, you know, for how that transpired was my mother's brother, who had lost contact. I think he had got locked up when I was young. I was like single digits. I was like 8 or 9 years old. I remember watching Looney Tunes when he popped up out of nowhere.
He got hard time.
Yeah. And then like he got distant. So like he got straight, like, but he got distant, and then they lost communication. They lost contact. So it's been years, you know, I'm a single digit, I'm focusing on what's in front of me.
Right.
I forgot that she had another sibling, you know what I'm saying? I forgot she had another brother. And shoot, she did too, for real. So, you know, years passed. So me putting myself out there on social media, this is one of the benefits of it. Me putting myself out there on
Facebook,
social media, one holiday, another benefit. One holiday, they was talking about my uncle, my lost uncle, was telling his new family, he just got married, that because they was like, you know, all the family traditions and stuff. Where your family at? You don't never bring no family.
Right.
They like, you don't got no. They thought he don't have no family. He was like, no, I got a sister, and it was like, well, where's she at? And his mother-in-law took it upon herself to find, you know, and my mother's not on social media at all, but same last name. So she found, you know, I might have put a name in a post or something, and she showed him my Facebook page and saw the pictures that I got of her. And he was like, oh my God, that's my mother. So the mother-in-law reached out to me. I thought it was spam. I left it alone, but it was consistent. And she kept on reaching out to me until I finally responded. And then I talked to him, and it was like, yo, like, we sound the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So then I was like, all right, and then I surprised my mother with that.
That's dope, man.
And she was able to rekindle with her lost brother.
So she had no communication with it. What about your grandfather?
So my grandfather,
they had a good, dang.
like my mother, like I said, I thought my grandfather was gone. I thought he had passed. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody told you the truth.
Nobody told me. So it turns out when my grandmother passed, I was still a baby. Not a baby, I was still a youth. You know what I'm saying? It hit me hard. When my grandmother passed is when my grandfather had remarried. And he was moving out of the country. The day of the funeral, he was getting on a flight. And my mother held it against him because it's like, what's more important? Of course. But he was already booked to get on the flight and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So he just went through with his original plans, like, my condolences. Like, he loves my grandmother that passed and all, but this is his life now.
So she held a grudge as long as...
So she held a grudge. She held a grudge, and she held a grudge for a moment, and then she just let it go.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Of course, there was forgiveness, and I forgive, I forgot. Like, you all the way in another part of the world, I got stuff to handle and focus on right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then talking to him, I realized a lot about myself. Like, stuff started making sense. This is why it's important to talk to your elders, because, like,
wisdom.
Yes, man.
They got some
wisdom.
They'll connect dots for you.
Yeah, where it comes from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff I'm trying to search and find for myself and piece together. And why am I this way? You gotta take hereditary. It's things. Genetics are hereditary. It's things that are gonna be passed down to you. That's in your DNA. It's in your blood. You know what I mean? So it makes sense when you can talk to somebody who is in your lineage. It comes from that. You know what I mean?
Connection.
And then it's like, yo, like, how do I cope with this, or how do I handle this? Like, you know, like, and their methods could work really well for you because it's your family. Regardless if y'all have been talking the whole time or not, y'all share the same DNA. So it does connect. It does connect. But I say all of that to say that was one of the most meaningful gifts, and it didn't cost anything. It was a phone call.
Yeah.
Your presence is everything.
He called you on Christmas or Thanksgiving?
He called me on my birthday.
Oh, okay, all right. But
You
you
know
mean
what
the
I'm
meaning
saying?
of his horse
But
family?
the meaning of it, and then like the holiday season was where my lost uncle had came into play. So then like once I rekindled with my lost uncle, now he had some information. He was still in contact, or had the contact, had the ability to be in contact with my lost grandfather. So once he got some information like that, it's his birthday today, he shared that information. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when my grandfather just out of nowhere, I'm like, yo. I just sunk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's all in the love and being able to be present. So I separate for myself, I separate the tradition and the majority, the popularity. I don't follow trends. I don't go with the majority. I don't go with the popularity anyway. So that's something that I got to work on, because as soon as I know a lot of people like it, then I don't pay attention to it. But it could be something that I like. So that's something that I'm working on, because it's like automatic for me.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, like everybody like this song, I don't like this song.
Dang.
It could be me. You know what I'm saying?
It's on fire for real.
Right, you know what I mean? Something like that. But I really stay away from like the majority anyway. So I'm already trained. If everybody's doing it, everybody likes it, I kind of separate it. And then within that, I go find what serves me, what benefits me, what fits for me from that. So I would say try to bridge that gap like that. Instead of just completely taking yourself away from it, you just don't celebrate how they're celebrating, or like what they're celebrating, or in the means. You can do like how he did, and we've all did it, change the wording. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you don't have to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Kwanzaa. Maybe you don't have to say those if you don't see that benefits you, or you don't follow that, or it's not right to you no more. You can just say Happy Holidays. I realized that was, especially getting out in the corporate world, I used to say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Right.
And then it was like, yo, everybody don't celebrate Christmas. And I was like, oh, that's why a Muslim took that offensive. I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't play about that.
Right. It's like, I'm telling you Merry Christmas. And I'm like, Dad, you can't say Merry Christmas? It's like, oh, that's not for me. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I just switched up the word, and I just say Happy Holidays. Whatever holiday it's for you, if it's around this time, even if you're not celebrating that holiday. So, it's like the message is delivered versus the image or the tradition. You know what I'm saying? So I just focus on the focal point, which is the love, the coming together and stuff. Because even you listen to, because I celebrate Christmas, but I know that Christmas is a scam pretty much, versus how it's supposed to
Like
be.
it keeps us poor.
Yeah, type stuff. And then you listen to the Christmas music. None of it is really talking about Christmas. It's talking about love and kissing and sex. It's like there's some songs it's about cheating and all of that stuff.
On Christmas?
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
But some of the biggest Christmas songs is about
So
cheating.
the girl is going down having sex with the
Santa. I saw you kissing Santa
Oh.
Claus. Oh yeah, don't tell your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You talking about the Michael Jackson one?
yeah.
That because the dad was the Santa.
But
That's what I thought. Never mind. We getting on now.
So a lot of the
Y'all trying to
songs,
blow my mind. Right?
a lot of the songs, like it has that type of stuff in it.
Right.
So it's not. So it's supposed
crazy.
to be.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
can't get over that,
It's
yo.
supposed to be Jesus. Is
You
the
woke
reason
now.
for the season.
You woke. You won't can't get it out. You had
Joe, it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe.
Mess up the childhood. This is everything.
Hold on a second.
Jesus is supposed to be the reason for the season, but you just listen.
He said one of his G's birthday.
It wasn't.
It's not even his birthday on that thing, man.
It wasn't. It's already been fine tuned and proven, but it's like
it was a ploy. I think it's a really, like you already said, it's a ploy for us to try to get people to get encouraged to buy stuff. I think it's all planted for the merchants. It's planned for the salesmen. It's planned for companies. I think that when it really did that. I think that
Let me tell y'all something. I gotta give a plug out real quick, just to make the point, man.
Good episode. We over 30 minutes with this
Yo,
one.
this one
giving
got
y'all
deep.
content.
I gotta shout out Wall Street Trapper, yo.
What is he talking about?
I don't know if y'all
follow him a
familiar.
lot.
I don't either.
He is dope when it comes to financial advice as well. But he said, yo, I don't buy my daughter dolls and all of that type of stuff. I get her stocks.
Yeah.
I buy her stocks
For Christmas and
for
stuff like that.
exactly. So instead of us wasting money, we appreciate it. And he put it into like, UPMAs and UGMAs. We'll talk about that another time.
That's what other people do.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
And
other
now,
people do.
so for holiday season, instead of her getting toys and stuff, they do experiences. They go vacations and stuff like that. And then when she gets to a certain age, man, she gonna be set. She got it good.
So basically, she got 2 in 1. She got experiences with memories, and she got money for later on stocks.
And appreciate.
That's good. I like that. I like them too. I like them too.
And the third thing is breaking that tradition.
Exactly.
Because everybody thinks that the gift has to be materialistic. It doesn't. I went on a cruise for Christmas, one of these Christmases.
Yeah,
Follow his channel. Follow his channel too. Is it exploration?
Double T exploration.
Yes, go ahead, because they always on the road. They on the water all the time.
They on there.
They better stop getting on the boats.
That's her.
They ain't gonna bring y'all back.
Some people call it, hey.
Yeah.
You having fun, man.
And look, you think you coming back here, you be somewhere else.
Where you go? He was at a boat. You know what happened last time? Above bottom boat.
Chappelle skit.
Yeah, exactly. But no. But you right, But y'all have y'all experience. That's dope. Y'all on holidays. Sometimes y'all go on explorations like that.
And it just opened my mind.
We need more content on that, man.
Yeah.
Let people, they traveling. As a couple, they married and they traveling. And they showing their experiences, man. Y'all go follow that channel, man, because we need to see more channels like that, man.
That's on fire.
For real, man.
Y'all see them come back, y'all know what they look like and everything. So get them back home.
I can't say that at no place, man. They be like, how? I mean, he went on a boat and he can come back. They be like, people would be like, what? Yeah, he on a boat, he can come back. That's not a good way.
Oh, no, never mind. We rolling, never mind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We gonna keep going on the table with that.
So that's the third thing. It's breaking that tradition. And I've been talking to other people and outside of the our race and stuff like that, and the things that they do and how they set it up for their kids and stuff. Like, instead of just giving a gift, I'm gonna give you a final gift. But this leading up to this is going to be educational and teaching you and showing you how to get through this. So I remember this one guy. He created a game for his daughter, and the prize was whatever she wanted. You got it. It's right here. But the game was showing her and instilling in her, one, patience, how to think, how to solve problems, and all of these different things within this game. You know what I mean? I think back to Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad. He created a game. I think it was called the Rat Race. So when we play this game, it's like how to get out of the rat race, how to get out of the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
You know what I mean? And he would do this when he wrote his book and he was going on tours and stuff. He was doing seminars and stuff. He would bring this game and have people play the game. So no matter how financially inclined that they thought they were, a lot of them still was stuck in the rat race. But you play this game, now you can see it, you visualize it, and now you can think, and you can put those types of principles towards reality. Right. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm an advocate for playing games. I don't say much about it, but I love video games because a lot of the stuff that a lot of the stuff that I learned, a lot of the peace that I found, like it really opened my imagination, the realities that, you know what I'm saying, like my creativity. I'm very good with timing and like aiming and all of this stuff. Like the games that I play, one player, you want to beat this boss, you got to train and level up, and you know what I'm saying. You might have to add to your artillery and stuff like that. You put that right back into the reality.
Yeah, I was Halo.
I'm Final Fantasy.
I was Grand Theft Auto.
I was Halo all day.
I jumped everybody. I took everybody call. What was so? I don't know why it was so fun to do that.
Because you can do illegal stuff legally.
Yeah, exactly. Just knock somebody out. Give me a call. Oh God.
Because you think about that's how you really feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you really feel.
I was a thug in that game.
So
we got another topic I'm gonna touch on. Metaverse. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, we gotta get an episode.
Right.
Yeah. We have to.
Right.
Yeah. We gotta get that.
With all of that, I say this, like, you breaking traditions. So find a means or create a means to be able to instill what you know, spoon feed what you know, without it causing you to just take you away from the family. Because that's still the focal point, is the family. You still want to build and you want to lead and you want to show your family, your direct right here, yo, like, this ain't where we supposed to be, or this ain't the real reason. And some people, they know, but I don't want to get away from the family, so I'm just going to pretend I don't know. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not where you're at. It's like, I know, and I know this ain't right, but I love y'all, and this is what I want to do with y'all. I want to spend time with y'all. Since y'all are more open around this time to come together, let's go ahead and come together.
I think
that's hard.
I think
that's
man,
hard. Okay, yeah, that's hard.
I think what it is, man, people know, but then what do they do with it? You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to change, man.
And it's like, okay, like people don't
have a natural fear of change.
They be the black sheep.
And
then, like,
not just that. I think they think, like, yo, all right, that's the past. What does that have to do with now? You
that's
know what I'm saying?
I've heard that too.
But people don't understand, yo, the past repeats itself.
It does.
Like,
the
past repeats itself,
you
man.
Don't pay attention to it.
It's different avenues why I feel like people that do know or that have an idea, why they be like, you know what, I ain't touching that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
and they just, like you said, ignore it.
Right.
They just ignore it, man, and we're gonna have to touch on that.
I mean, they understand it. We all feel the same way. It's a little bit of a conflict because we're educated men, black men, educated, and we're learning things, and it's like, dang, I want to do it, but it's like, gosh, I can't do it, but I can, but I feel bad, but it feel good.
So it goes back.
It's just up and down, man.
It goes back to what you brought up in the beginning too. Is we create something, you know, for our traditions, our own holidays and stuff like that. So when people with this, if we tell them this and it's a bombshell and it's shocking and they can gravitate to it, what next? What now? What do I do with this now? Where do I go now? Yeah. And that's what a lot of people that I see, it's like, you're woke, but what's the solution? You know?
Exactly. You gotta put a plan to it. You can't just say, oh, I've done it. What's next thing?
No, we fucked up. We shouldn't be doing this.
You're wrong. What are you gonna change to solve it?
Right.
Nothing.
You know, I just thought about something too. Like us having this topic. If you do want to start your own one, more people don't want to change. They rather start something new than change. You know what I'm saying? So instead of trying to change a current holiday, just create your own holiday on a certain day, like your family holiday.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on,
we got now.
Oh my goodness!
You know what I'm saying? We got National Chicken Day, National Pancake Day, we got National Cupcake Day, we got National. Every day is you can look up right now. I'm sure that there's a specific day. You know what I'm saying? For today.
Shout out on with this month.
With this Crohn's, See,
for this week in December, we're celebrating that. That's just recently new because of a new disease. But even when it gets to a point where we have a few holidays when it comes to this go in the same realm, even though this is Christmas Eve. Yeah. This goes to the realm where we have what's it called? Black History Month. Yeah. We have oh gosh, I'm running a blank. Our month we got released. I said released. Dang, that sounded horrible. Juneteenth. I said released. Dang.
Oh yeah.
I
don't know what you talking about.
I said released. We were released from slavery. They say that was the day for Juneteenth. Yeah. We don't celebrate those days as much in those months. I mean, everybody say Black History Month.
Up a little bit.
Right.
It slowly is, but it seemed like we won't have like dedicate for each day we do this on Black History Month or anything like that. I even tried, y'all see on my channel, on Black History Month, I do a challenge. Last one was 100 burpees every day. I ain't doing I don't know if I'm doing it again. I ain't gonna lie, that was hard. But I try to I even have on Juneteenth, I do on my channel, I do a workout on Juneteenth, and I name it Juneteenth workout. So I try to put a little bit of light on my channel, but as a whole, as a community, we need to celebrate that. We celebrate these holidays more than we do those holidays. So I think those need to be lifted up. It is new. So why don't we celebrate those? We could give gifts on Juneteenth or something like that. We could do that.
Facts, man. So that could be our thanks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could give hella thanks towards that.
We could.
But people don't gravitate to it just yet.
Because it's new. It's still new.
You know what I'm saying? So like people support what's supported.
True. Very
true. Which is it's an oxymoron. You know what I mean? Because
you're
it's
right
like,
though.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why
it's
you gotta
sheep mentality.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly. And a lot of us we're still there. So that's why.
That's why I'm all up in the camera.
There's not a lot of leaders.
That's why we're important. That's why we're important. We're at the forefront. And
that's what we doing right here, y'all. FMF.
Exactly. FMF. This is what it's about: pushing the culture forward. So, it's basically up to us to give the people a landing place, like where to go now, what to do now. You know what I'm saying? That's why NOI was so important, because when it came out with like the message to the black man in America and stuff, it gave them somewhere to. All right, now I know that this doesn't serve me. I know this ain't right. Where do I go?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the only place we have right now is FOI.
So it's like, so that's what it was like, yo. Like, give them. That's why we're leaders.
Right.
Give them somewhere to go. Give them something to do. And that's why your presence is strong. Because if you just take it away and you just do it, now you're not serving the community. Now you're not serving nobody. Okay. So it's a whole lot of people who are woke, but then it's like, where do I go from here? What do I do from here? I don't just want to isolate.
And a lot of the woke people that I've been noticing, I'm trying to work on this, not saying a lot. Some of the woke people that I notice, they chastise people for not knowing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the bad. You can't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't do that.
For not knowing.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't do
not
that.
everybody knows.
That's when you become the black sheep. Because I don't want to be around somebody who's bashing me for what I don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Tell me the truth. Well, I mean,
tell
me the truth then, man. Yeah. I know what you mean.
No,
exactly.
You can't don't have no real resources or none of that, because it's hard to explain your journey in a paragraph. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to explain. Like, this has been years of uncovering, unfollowing, unlearning, relearning, you know what I'm saying, disabling this program, realizing that this is not the tradition or what's the real reason, and then it's like, yo, you just put it out there like, yo, this ain't it. Like, why not? You'll sit there all day like, yo, we was here, we did this, we supposed to do this ain't even real. And then it's like, yo, all right, you being radical, get them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you may think it's a conspiracy, but the way they program stuff with that, I really believe it's a science.
It takes time.
When it comes to marketing, it's not even just marketing. When people do heavy marketing, they bring in psychologists.
Yeah.
They bring in people to figure out the mind.
How do you think?
Trust me. They do colors from the coloring, from the way the pitch of their voice. They program you to learn these things in the commercials, the songs. There's a reason why you're hearing Chris's music all the way near before Thanksgiving.
Right.
They put it in your mind like,
get you ready for it.
You think that music's not programming you? Music is a programmer. You just keep hearing it over and over. You talked about that one time. Did we talk about it on camera though? You said like a programmer with the music.
It's like a chant, it's a spell.
It's a chant. It puts into you. It keeps going.
And it's subconscious.
It's deeper in what you think.
It.
So, like you said, breaking a certain way. When you tell people certain things, they look at you like, no, but I've heard this. I've heard this so many years. Yeah, it's been programmed in your mind to see it on TV, to see it in your music, to see it in pamphlets and ads. It's all psychological. So when you hear the truth or you hear the reason, they be like, "No, that's wrong." They be like, "No."
You don't have nothing to go against it
at all.
And it's repetition holds the strong point.
Yep.
So
over and
chance.
Over. Chance, man.
So the repetition,
it's real.
Whatever is repeated, if you listen to, if somebody tells you a lie, even if you lie to yourself enough, you'll start to believe it.
Yep.
You said it again. You like you in your face. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm fine. I'm
Right.
fine. No, you're really messed up, bro.
Right.
You just keep saying it over and over,
If
man.
you lie to yourself
think you
enough,
fine,
you'll
but
start to believe
Not.
it.
Yeah.
That goes the same way the holidays. Yeah, you just keep on
Exactly.
saying it over and over and
So
over.
you think about that programming is repetition. You got everywhere. It's Christmas music. It's holidays. You go
Even
just,
the smells. The
it
smells.
smells.
Everything.
If you go, you know, you just go to stream something. Here's a commercial. Here's an ad. You know what I'm saying? You go to look at a YouTube. Here's an ad. It's programming. It's all programming.
To get you
You know what I'm saying?
And y'all be patient with yourselves too,
Be
man.
patient.
Because we've been under these programs for years.
Yes.
We're not perfect either. We're just learning.
Generations.
I'm learning.
You know what I'm
in
saying?
Third decade learning this
it's
stuff, man.
years, and you know whatever people decide to celebrate and do, that's totally on y'all.
on
You
you,
know what I'm saying?
yes.
But if you are starting your shift, man, be patient with yourself because it's a lot to take in.
Yes.
It's a lot to take in and figuring out like
Yeah.
what do you do with the information. How do you
Yeah.
progress forward? And then
Yeah.
what actions do you take is the biggest part.
That's why
Like,
people-
what steps do you take, man? And that's the part. Yo, I didn't know we was gonna get this deep into
Yeah,
it.
it is
Man,
real,
but it's needed,
It's
man.
real.
It's needed because
Open it
we're
up.
not the only people that really feel this
real.
way. I know there's other men that probably feel this way,
Yeah.
but like you said, they just go with the punches.
Yeah.
I gotta go with it, and it's hard as one individual to do something, but it takes a community and an army to really change something.
Right.
Yeah.
And if enough people aren't willing to at least acknowledge it,
Yeah.
they acknowledge. In order to change something, you got to know what needs to be changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To do it deliberately. So awareness is key.
Yep.
Awareness is key. So we have a lot of people who are woke. Anchor is a podcast platform that we are on. The FMF podcast is on and available to you right now. We have a goal with that one. We're trying to reach over 50 listeners. So if you're busy and you can't sit here and watch the video episodes, please go to Anchor and just check it out, and you can listen to us on the go.
And then we just gotta provide solutions
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. To give them if we're leading, you gotta give them a place to be.
Right.
You gotta give them a destination. You gotta show them something, and that's why consistency is key. Repetition. You know what I'm saying? Leading by example. All of this stuff has to fall in play all together in order for it to be effective. Because that mental programming that we've had, it's been like 600 years that we're unprogrammed. You know what I'm saying? So we're amazing to be where we are mentally. You know what I mean? But to get everybody there, it's gonna take some time. And we just gotta be consistent. So thank everybody for who tuned into this holiday season
Yes.
episode. It's big for us because this is the 24th episode and we're releasing it on the 24th.
Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely.
Even though it's still the beginning, we still appreciate the ones that listen through all our videos and always behind us during this journey of ours, man. It's a long time coming, man. We've been doing this for under a year now, but we're gonna be continuing to do this, man. For real. Got a little sentimental right there.
Yeah. Feel it, right?
Sentimental, man.
Feel it, right?
Hey, don't
Yeah,
drop
man.
that gangster tear, bro.
Damn,
Know what I'm
thug,
saying?
man. Y'all ain't know me? Thug. But no, for real, we appreciate y'all,
Yeah.
man. Every week coming in, and we're gonna keep on hitting y'all with this good content, man.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You think you gonna stay with us, man?
Man,
Yeah,
happy
you gonna
holidays.
Say something with us, man?
Happy
There you go, you said it right.
holidays.
Hey, y'all be good, man.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.